everybody. So today I'm doing my infomercial on non-coercive paraphilias. Here are a couple examples of those paraphilias, such as BDSM on the far left. We have a foot fetish in the middle and transvestism on the very far right. And the presentation is by Angelica Yambao in the Human Sexuality class of CSULB Section 7. So we're going to begin with the background. So non-coercive paraphilias are considered a sexual variation, and sexual variations are generally atypical sexual behaviors or sex that's considered kinky. The definition of paraphilia is recurrent, intense sexually arousing fantasies, sexual urges, or sexual behaviors lasting at least 6 months, and it involves things like non-human objects, the suffering or humiliation of oneself or partner, or children or non-consenting people. That's going to be a coercive paraphilia. The difference between a non-coercive paraphilia is that it involves inanimate objects, things such as role play, urges, fantasies with consenting partners, which is what's important. Where exactly did these paraphilias come from? So research on those origins are pretty challenging to conduct. However, the factors that are likely to take role are psychological, biological, and sociocultural. And you can see a couple examples here within the slide. Now we're going to just start describing a couple of these paraphilias, such as fetishism. So when people use an object or ideas of objects to obtain sexual arousal and satisfaction, that is considered fetishism. Here are a couple examples for you. Another paraphilia that goes hand in hand with fetishism is partialism, and that involves sexual arousal due to specific non-sexual parts of the human body. So it wouldn't be arousal due to vaginas or penises, it would be due to things such as your feet, neck, hands, belly buttons, and so forth.
I've been really trying, baby.
Another popular paraphilia is BDSM. So although it's 4 letters, it stands for a couple different meanings. B and D is going to be bondage and discipline. D and S is dominance and submission. Here are a couple of examples. And S&M is going to be sadism and masochism, which are pretty familiar with most people.
I've been really trying, baby.
Transvestism is the last paraphilia I will be speaking of. And what it is sexual arousal that is achieved by wearing clothing of the opposite sex. So generally heterosexual males will wear women's clothing, and it's almost exclusively in these heterosexual males, but it also occurs in homosexual men as well as women. It's also known as cross-dressing. We can see Bugs Bunny here getting it on.
Do I look pretty? I've been really trying, baby.
As far as treatment for all of these paraphilias, it's very difficult to treat, likely because it's hard to know the actual factors that aided these paraphilias. But here are a couple treatments that we did discover, such as cognitive behavioral treatment, psychodynamic therapy, aversive conditioning, which is basically avoiding the idea, relapse prevention, drug treatment, and a couple other things, such as providing sexuality and relationship education, like in the human sexuality course, and so forth. Thank you guys for watching my infomercial. Videos were acted out by my lovely boyfriend and directed by me. And you guys enjoy the rest of your winter break. Thank you.